All right, no intro today, folks. We'll get straight into this, and Julia Garner, kudos to you. I'll talk about that soon. Here, let me show you.
Obviously, there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding this, especially with female Silver Surfer, with the cast of Pedro Pascal, like all of those things. It has not been without controversy when it comes to Fantastic Four. And this is another, very famous superhero team that's been around for a very long time. We've had a couple movie adaptations. One received a little bit better than the other, certainly. But this movie is out in just a couple weeks, and it will be some primary competition for Superman. Another one of these big movies releasing in July, Jurassic, Superman, and of course, Fantastic Four. And Julia Garner's finally addressing some of the backlash surrounding the casting of her character, female Silver Surfer. Fantastic Four, Julia Garner responds to female Silver Surfer backlash. Now, Jimmy, when you see a headline like that, what do you think ultimately is going to be the takeaway?
I would venture two things. Either she's going to be oblivious, or she's going to do like either Tati Gabrielle or even Amanda Stenberg. But we'll see. Maybe Julia Garner can surprise us.
Sexism and toxic males and all of that that are just really hating on this female lead in this movie.
Well, luckily, that was not the answer that Julia Garner gave. Easily could have turned into something like that. We know we see bait questions and stuff from the media all the time. Well, this is what she said instead. She was asked about her initial reaction to the role. Garner said she had two, like the backlash to the role and stuff like that. The first one is like, I'm still just going to do my job. And also, it's shallow ball, so it's different. And then the second reaction I had to the backlash, is just, I'm happy that people are resonating with it. And it's just like any other project. So I'm just grateful to be at this dance, to be completely honest with you. And the way the question was phrased, it was a lot like, there's been a lot of backlash, but there's some people that love the character, blah, blah, blah. I think that is what should be the standard for these people to go out there when you're asked about people hating it and all these men that hate your movies because you're a woman, it's a gender swap role, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, look, I'm going to do my job. I'm happy to be here. I hope people like it. Like that kind of boilerplate level bullshit should be the standard instead of what it has been in the industry for the past couple of years.
I agree. I won't say it's a perfect answer, but it's a really good answer.
Okay, so folks, what would you rate it? Is it 5 out of 10 answer? 10 out of 10? How would you rate Julia Garner's answer? Say it in the comments. Well, at least she did it right. Unlike most people who just say, oh, if you don't like it, turn on the TV, touch grass. Or better yet, if you don't like it, you're not a real fan. Just like that. Hey, kudos to Julia Garner for at least no, Silver Surfer is a man, which I give kudos to that, okay?
And this is what we've seen time and time again, that the media is the enemy of the people. We saw that with the Variety reporter that asked all those loaded questions of, the Superman 25 cast. And he's done that time and time again. What's that guy's name?
Mark Malkin.
Yeah, that I was going to say something else. Anyway, that guy. And so this is a
you
perfect
can't call
way.
him that word.
But yeah, this is a good answer. And the problem is that I don't think this is going to be the standard answer from people surrounding this movie, namely Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is probably going to make a political statement between now and the release of this movie at some point with the press tour going on.
He's constantly out there. Every single one he's talking about trans shit.
Yes.
Every single one he's talking about all that shit.
Yep, he is the worst. And so I'm sure that there's going to be something. I hope someone asks him about Alligator Alcatraz. I just really want him to go on a rant about Alligator Alcatraz. But yeah, in terms of this answer, there's nothing to criticize here. This is the answer that if we were getting these answers from the majority of Hollywood people, you'd have a lot less fan backlash going on.
Honestly, I don't think Julia Garner is something I should be worried about. It's more like Pedro Pascal I'm worried about. We all know his political stance, and I think the Gina Carano lawsuit is still ongoing. Pedro Pascal still running his mouth, adding up with that lawsuit. Well, I feel sorry for Julia Garner. I mean, she did a good job. Although I feel bad for Julia Garner that had to put up with Pedro Pascal's BS. Generally, folks, I mean, I think she deserved a better role. Same goes for Scarlett Johansson, though. So for now, Fantastic Four: The First Step will be 600% cooked.
Movies coming out. It doesn't mean you won't have them after movies come out, but this was a this was an alley oop for her to dunk on fans, and she didn't do it. So it's a good answer.
Yeah. Now it is funny the part where she's like, well, it's shallow ball, so it's different, right? Not like a gender swap, whatever. The thing is, Julia Garner's initial response, you remember this, Jeremy? Julia Garner recalls gender swap Fantastic Four offer. Wait, isn't the Silver Surfer a man? I'll play anything. Yeah, so she knew.
This is one thing why many people in Marvel or Disney, they always say that if anyone that are hiring has read the comics, that is a red flag. See, here's the problem. This is the reason why Marvel, Disney, or whatever it is are failing, because they refuse to let their cast and crews read the comics. Regardless whether you want to write a new story or not, you still have to respect the source material. And I give kudos to Julia Garner. She recalls Silver Surfer being a man. Okay, and put the multiverse away, okay? At least she noticed. So kudos to Julia Garner. I'm 100% certain Julia Garner has read the comics. 100%.
There's a man, and yes, shallow ball exists in like one or two what if comic book runs, blah, 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 as opposed to the thousands and thousands of stories that Silver Surfer is actually involved in, nor in Rad. But yes, that could have been a disaster in the making. That could have resulted in a million different fucking videos for 2 weeks. Instead, I think it's an example of a good response and not getting sucked into something like that.
Yeah, and as Ryan said, I mean, when people say, "Oh, you guys just do this," it's like, well, yeah, I mean, of course. Why wouldn't we make videos off that when these idiots run their mouths and take shots at fans? But guess what happens when they don't do it? We give them credit.
Well, he's
simple as that. I mean, credit where credit's due.
Yeah, that is true. I give credit to Julia Garner. Hey, Julia Garner, congratulations. At least you understand that you read the comics. You respect the source material. Now, Pedro Pascal, yeah, I have zero empathy on him. There's something you need to know, okay? Criticism is not harassment, okay? These people who always run their mouth. Let's take Amanda Stanberg, for example. When Acolyte failed, she blamed it all on racism and the patriarchy. No, it really happens. But Julia Garner, she didn't attack the fans. And that is one thing many people on both sides of the aisle respect her. Hell, she even says that isn't Silver Surfer supposed to be a man? So kudos to Julia Garner, although these people would say if any of these actors or actresses open their mouth, yeah, we make a video on them and criticize them. But if they say something good, like what Julia Garner is saying, we give them credit. Credit where credit is due, okay? Yes, there are some Hollywood are practically, say, I don't know, elitists or woke leftists who hates Trump or anything, but there are some who are still caring about the movies. Take example, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise always wants to talk about only the movies, doesn't want to put anything in it, not even politics, and he keeps everything zipped, okay, sealed off. Because unlike most people who, I don't know, couldn't just keep their mouth shut, guess what happens? The movie failed. Kaput. Finito. Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games. You can visit my first, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.